Is there a way I can make this only do that once?
Scientifically accurate DuckTales.
Yup. That's accurate.
Oh god, he said yippee!
Jesus. Welcome back to Indiana Jones ripoff. The game, the movie, the card game.
Eat a dick. I gotta go here. I don't know what for, but...
That's an interesting noise those make.
The rope? That always happens when you climb ropes.
It makes a weird tinkly doodle noise.
Yeah.
That's weird. It's
even when
really
you're sliding
weird.
down.
Oh man.
Oh look, she's somehow in here. I don't know how the fuck she got in here.
What are you doing here?
Neither does Scourge.
You know, the microphone's probably picking up that soda.
Good.
You're what you're waiting
Yeah, I like this.
Let the world know.
I love that she gives you all. She gives you health and a 1-up.
Let the world know that I'm pouring myself a nice tall glass of delicious Mr. Pibb.
You can find it in your local grocery store and or convenience store. Pick one up
If your
today.
grocery store and convenience store don't suck, because some of them do suck and they don't carry Mr. Pibb.
It's like the Family Guy episode of Mr. Pibb, where they go on a heroin. I don't remember.
Oh yeah, that happened, didn't it?
Yep.
Great.
We're gonna be compared.
Now I feel dirty for drinking Mr. Pibb.
Yep, you should. Yep. You come back here, little bastard.
It's afraid.
I guess.
He's trying to get out. He's like, I'm gonna use these as platforms to get away from this crazy old fuck.
I mean, yeah, think about it. I mean, you just mind your own business. All of a sudden, this crazy old fuck comes into your temple and just starts
Ruining your shit and stealing all your jewels?
Yep.
Yeah, dick move, Scrooge.
Oops.
Nice.
At least the saves are kind of, the checkpoints are kind of forgiving until you run out of lives. Then it's not so forgiving. Then it's like, you know what? You get to start over. I did that on purpose.
Sure you did.
Bye bye.
Nice.
Haha. Oh, look at them lips. I've seen some cartoons with those kind of lips. What?
Okay. There's not really much point in touching that one.
Too easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured.
Give me something harder.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, I forgot what the boss is like for this area.
Now, did you ever play the original for this?
I have not.
Neither did I.
So
I'm. Well, I mean, I guess.
Dicks.
I guess that means my question is not really answerable
See
then.
you. No, could be. What's your question?
Like, just how much of an HD remake is this? Like, are the levels, like, block for block remade, or?
That one I couldn't say, but I'm sure if you looked at WayForge shit, they could tell. You could see exactly what they did.
Because I have seen the bosses are the same for the most part. Like, I have seen the boss for this stage in both the original and then this. I mean,
I ain't gonna fucking beat it with one heart.
I mean, it's way more animated in this, but it's the same basic strategy.
I'm pretty sure WayForward tried to stay as true to the original as they could.
There it is,
Oh, yeah, I
the king
remember the shit.
stepped up.
And the thing, if I die here, it's back to the
Back
main.
to the fucking jungle.
Yep. Yeah, this is one of those games. All your lives gone, back to the start. You know, Just like in the old days when the video games were actually a challenge.
I don't know, it's kind of hard for me to say just how, like, I don't know, I don't really know what my opinion is on games these days with, like, you know, infinite continues and all that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, when you think about it, continues and shit really are just a relic of the arcade days.
God, fuck. Forgot he jumps right there.
When the whole point was to get you to spend as much money on this game as possible.
Correct.
Here, I mean, yeah, I'm all for challenge and whatnot, but it is a little bit cheap, I guess, when you've already paid your full price for the game, and you're no longer putting money into this game, so
Correct. Actually,
forcing you to have continues and stuff,
and I think if I remember right,
and checkpoints
I
and
can
stuff.
skip. Okay, good.
I don't know, it's...
I mean, the game's forgiving.
I have mixed feelings about it. I'll just say that.
And don't get caught up by the cutesy graphics. I find this game hard, especially some of the later levels.
Thanks for the lift.
Let me just get that. Thank you. If I did have to say there's one huge downside of this game, is they just don't stop talking.
Yeah, I've heard that, actually. Like, I haven't played this, but I watched a review of it.
I mean, it's a good game, don't get me wrong, but...
And
I do like hearing Scrooge McDuck's voice, but they could have toned down on the talking.
That was one of Game Trailer's complaints about it, was just, I mean, the cutscenes are cool, but they really just, like, rub them in your face.
Yep.
Like,
I'll save that one for later. Well, I know what I can do. I think I can do it. I'm gonna try it.
What are you gonna do?
That'll save me on a difficult part if it works.
Oh. Oh, that witch.
Forgot about this one. If you have an opportunity to play this game, though, go play it. Unless we're not a fan of the original or don't like platforming.
If you don't like platforming, you can go fuck yourself. And I mean that legitimately.
Go fuck yourself.
Platforming, it's like the roots of gaming, man. Yes, I know the roots of gaming are actually Pong, but fuck you.
Let's see if
Pong isn't that entertaining.
Is there a point for me to... Yeah, I have to go down there. Okay, I'm gonna do this. I think it carries over. Yep.
Scoots McDuck.
Because then I can just go back that way, because that going back the other way is easier than going the other way. Otherwise, it's a fucking gauntlet with the spikes on top of the ceiling. Like that. Oh, I didn't touch you. Eat a dick.
Those spiders are really like
Happy.
like 1920s cartoon looking. Like, their faces are like straight out of, you know, fucking super old Mickey Mouse cartoons and shit. Oh man, that reminds me. Have you seen any of the new Mickey cartoons?
No. Should I?
Yes. They're like fucking awesome.
Really?
Yeah. Like, they're way more awesome than they should be. Like, it's some... I forget what the channel is exactly. I think it's just Disney Animated Shorts or something. It's on YouTube. It's easy enough to find. But they've been doing new Mickey cartoons. And they're super good because they're, like, weird. Like at some point, Mickey Mouse cartoons became like borderline Ren and Stimpy shit.
No way.
Like it's just a shit ton of slapstick and like gross humor, and it's really bizarre.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I
Like-
want to actually watch it now.
Like Goofy is just this horrible, like gross hobo guy. And I mean, you know, there's like older cartoons, like old 90s-ish sort of stuff.
Mhm.
You know, back when they used to be able to get away with like sex jokes and shit,
Yeah.
but they veiled them enough. Well, Mickey cartoons kind of get away with that stuff now too.
No way. I have to watch it now.
There's one
There's no
where there's heavily implied sex in Goofy's stomach.
What?
Yep.
So this is one of those shows where the animators are truly seeing what they can get away with.
Yeah, it kind of seems that way.
Just kind of like how the creators for Rocco's Modern Life did the same thing. I think they even were quoted in saying that they wanted to see how much shit they could get away with. They got away with a lot.
I mean, like they don't go full raunchy all the time, but I mean
They don't overstay their welcome.
no, but I mean they are legitimately entertaining, and they're only like 5 minutes long, if even.
Huh.
So they're super short, but they're actually really good. So I definitely recommend people check those out because they're awesome. Like the newest one that they did,
Pour myself a soda while this plays out.
the newest one that they did was Mickey leaves for the month, and he leaves Pluto with Minnie to, you know, babysit him. And he's like, okay, now you can give him one of these dog treats when he's a good boy, but don't give him too many. Like, be careful with these because they're really fattening. And of course, what the fuck does Minnie do?
Gives him-
She just starts like giving him treats just because he's Pluto and he's so cute. And like it cuts to the next scene just immediately, and it's Minnie just shoveling them in his mouth pretty much while she's on the phone with Mickey, and he's like, "Oh, you taking good care of Pluto?" She's like, "Yeah, you're not feeding him too many of those treats, are ya?" "No." And then Mickey's just like, "You know what? I miss my Pluto so much. It's only been like a week, but I'm gonna come back like right the fuck now." And she starts freaking out because she looks over at Pluto and suddenly he's just massive.
Like, what the fuck did she think was gonna happen? He's not coming back to see his dog?
Well, he was gonna be gone for a month,
Okay,
and now it's like a week. But yeah, Pluto's just gigantic, so now she's trying to come up with these cockamamie schemes to get him to lose weight. And she eventually gets him to like... She comes up with the idea to dress as a sexy mailman.
What?
And, you know, she starts like provocatively taunting him in a mailman costume. And then she's like, "I've got something else in here." And she opens up the bag and there's kittens in it.
What?
And then she sees like, or she like lifts up her hat and there's a fire hydrant on it, on her head. And then she sees a fucking fire truck go by, so she apparently has Heelys, or like just roller skates in her
Oh.
shoes, so she starts skating after it and just holds on to that. And Pluto's just chasing after her. And then of course, shit goes wrong and she gets in over her head, and then there's like a pack of horrible dogs chasing after her and shit, and then, you know, Pluto gets into like protect mode,
Okay.
but he gets caught in a net or something, and then he gets caught on like the fire truck, and then he's like, you know, trying to drag that along to get to her to save her from all the dogs. And then as he's just going, he keeps just collecting more and more shit. Like, he picks up a fucking plane and a battleship and shit just out of goddamn nowhere. And he still just keeps dragging on. And by the time he actually gets there and, you know, saves them, because he's been dragging all that shit, not only is he no longer skinny, but he's just fucking massive and swole as shit. And Mickey's just like, oh wow, Minnie! You did such a good job taking care of Pluto! Oh, look at my big buff boy! Oh! It's just fucking hilarious.
Jokers, man, what a bunch.
And that's enough of that episode of Getting Comfy.
Yeah, right.
Yup. Well, we'll see you all next time.
Pluto buff!